Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today for another episode as we continue with our journey on medical aid. My name is Dr. Zalinda. I am a financial advisor. I am accredited with the Financial Service Conduct Authority as well as the Council of Medical Aid Schemes. So today's episode we are going to be talking about income-based options or capitation plans. So what are income-based options? These are options with medical aid that is set by the council that every medical aid has to have these options whereby they look at the member's income in order to determine their premium. So whenever you do an application and you're looking to take up a medical aid, but your income is quite low and you really can't afford to be paying higher premiums, then these are the options that you should be considering. For example, if maybe let's say your income is anything from not having an income at all, like maybe you're a student, you're getting off your parents' medical aid due to age and you can't stay there. Or maybe you earn anything from 0 all the way to 7,000 Rand. Then you could be looking at anything from 1,001 all the way to 1,300 Rand per premium. Remember that I cannot give you a fixed premium right now because remember schemes are different. Their criteria are also different as well. But maybe let's say it's anything from maybe 7,000 all the way to 15,000 Rand. You are looking at anything from maybe 1,300 to 1,500 Rand. So what do these plans actually cover in most cases? They cover day-to-day, they cover hospitalization, they cover a chronic benefit. So when it comes to day-to-day, they do cover unlimited GP consultations, but they do use network providers. So you'd have to nominate a GP on the network, but you do have unlimited visits on the network. On the 10th visit, they do require you to get authorization, but you'll still be able to go consult a GP. Medication on this option, they want you to always get medication from your dispensing GP. So the nominated GP that you utilize, by the time you leave the doctor's room, you should leave with your medication at hand as well. With optometry, it does cover basic optometry and it also covers basic dentistry as well on this plan. So if you listen to the previous episode where we spoke about health insurance, you will notice that there are a lot of similarities between the health insurance as well as the day-to-day side on the income-based options. And to go even further, you'll also realize that they actually even use the same designated service providers, including GPs as well. So in most cases, you'd find that the GPs that you'd be utilizing under the day-to-day health insurance is the same GPs you'd be utilizing under the income-based options with your scheme as well. So the benefits are exactly the same. The advantages about taking a capitated plan with the registered medical aid scheme is the fact that it offers hospitalization. So hospitalization still offers you unlimited hospital cover in a good private hospital that is contracted with the scheme. Specialists on this option are still paid at 100% of the medical aid rate. Specialists can charge more than the medical aid rate, so you are also advised to take up a gap cover with any medical aid that you actually utilize. The advantage here is the fact that, remember, with health insurance, it gives you comprehensive day-to-day cover, but it does not cover you comprehensively when it comes to hospitalization. Health insurance covers you for accidental cases, whereby with medical aid, even though it's an income-based option, it does cover you unlimitedly. Even for planned procedures, things like illnesses, for example, even accidental, it does cover you unlimitedly, where with health insurance, most probably you'd be limited to a Rand value. Another advantage about continuing with this plan is the fact that when you actually have medical aid, it actually works in your favor when it comes to late joiner penalties in future. So should you require medical aid in future, and maybe let's say you've been off a medical aid for quite some time, then when they want previous membership certificates, you can always prove by submitting your membership certificate to your current insurer or the current medical aid scheme that you're trying to join, so that they don't impose late joiner penalties. It also does cover your 26 chronic conditions, where if we include HIV, it will be 27 chronic conditions. So here, same rules still apply. They do cover things like hypertension, diabetes, type 1, type 2, epilepsy, HIV, hyperlipidemia. So these are the chronic conditions amongst the others that will be covered under these benefits as well with income-based options. With maternity, If you go back to the video that we had on health insurance, I did say that it covers about 1 or 2 consultations outside of hospital, but it does not cover the birth. So with an income-based option, they cover 3 to 4 consultations with the gynae outside of hospital. Obviously, then you would have to use a gynae on the network, but they do cover visits. They do cover maybe 2 2D scans on this option as well, but also just bear in mind that this does differ from scheme to scheme as well. When it comes to birth, they do cover the birth of the baby. Same rules apply with normal medical aid. There are rules that have been set by the Council of Medical Aid Schemes. It does cover the birth unlimitedly, but remember that the specialist will only be paid up to the 100% of the medical aid rate, which has been set by the Council of Medical Aid Schemes. And if the specialist charges more than that, you will be liable for the shortfall of that if you don't have a gap cover. So it does cover some comprehensive benefits. It does also have preventative care benefits, whereby it covers for ladies things like pap smears and mammograms, gentlemen prostate testings under the preventative care benefits. These are the benefits that one would be able to get when it comes to medical aid under this option. Over and above that, they do actually cover as well specialists outside of hospital. This means that if maybe you require to go see, let's say, an orthopedic, you will be covered if you use a specialist on the network, but you will have to be referred by your nominated GP. So you can't just jump straight to the specialist rooms and just go consult without going through your nominated GP first, because you'll need a referral letter for the scheme to pay. Things like x-rays, those are also covered under this plan as well. Other benefits that you'll be getting is things like pathology, your blood tests. Those will be covered under your income-based options. And then as mentioned that they cover your x-rays, but you will have to be referred by your nominated GP. It is very important to understand the rules that come with these options. These options are very limited. I don't advise elderly members to actually join this option due to the limitations that come with these options. In most cases, you find that procedures that elderly members would require at an elderly age, things like maybe knee replacements and so on, those type of procedures are actually exclusions under these options unless it's PMP. Let's say maybe a member falls, maybe they break their arm, or maybe they get into a motor vehicle accident and maybe you find that maybe they need a knee replacement. Then under such circumstances, then the council does force the medical aid to cover them under PMP. But if it's a planned procedure, definitely it wouldn't be ideal for elderly members to be on this option as well. If there is no other alternative whereby you could look at, and this is the only plan that you can cover, then I would actually recommend that you actually look at an income-based option. But it is a fairly good option for members to take into consideration. Instead of you staying without medical aid at all, it is a better alternative, because it's still with a registered medical aid, registered under the Council of Medical Aid Schemes. These are income-based options, so it's actually something to take into consideration as well. So this video was going to be a very short video because most of the benefits under the income-based options are benefits that we stipulated under the previous episodes as well. So in conclusion, as I leave, ladies and gentlemen, please take care of your bodies, because remember, it is the only body you have to live in. Once this body dies, then you have nowhere else to go. My name is Dr. Linda. I leave you with peace and good health.